Hello there everyone, I'm MyTyme. This is WWE Supercard, and today's episode is going to be a little bit of a montage of different footage. Now, I unfortunately was knocked out in the quarterfinals of my most recent King of the Ring, so I haven't bothered to bore you guys with that reward collecting or anything. It wasn't pretty good. There was quite a few humans in it, and unfortunately I was lacking in the diva department as usual, and it did not help the case. So I went out there, claimed that it was a miss in case you're interested, so absolute no use to me. But what I did do, I did record the results of my previous King of the Ring, which saw me get to the final, and it was against autographs. So I have that footage. So what I'm going to do is we will go into that, then we will come back out and we will look at the rewards that I have got for playing this event, which is obviously Kalisto, just to show him for those of you who maybe weren't able to get into the Survivor tier and get the card. And along with that, I did get 2 Survivor pulls. Yep. Actually, the whole idea of only getting rare cards in Survivor like last time has gone. I had an epic pull in there as well. It was a Shawn Michaels. Unfortunately, one of those Survivor pulls was an enhancement. It was a power enhancement, but the other one obviously was a card. So, not to have any spoilers, we'll cut out here. We'll go to the footage of the King of the Ring, and then we'll be back with the rewards, the card, and my team for the next King of the Ring very shortly. So see you all soon. Okay, so it's time to collect that King of the Ring. So we did make it to the final up against Autographs. Many of you probably know him, part of Team UK. Does have his own channel now. I did ask him in the chat what's happening with his YouTube channel, and he did say that a few problems as of late. He's hoping to get some more content up soon. We won the finals, although he wasn't trying, and to be honest with you, neither was I. The only reason that I'm fully energized is because I used the assistant manager, and for the first, it ran out in the first game basically, but I wasn't around to be able to energize after each game, so I just wanted to try and make sure I got to the finals. And contenders bracket shows you the way through was easy. Zizou basically didn't play. Go to game 2. You know, he's come back here, but the first game he wasn't around, and he's left it too late. Get lucky with the proc here to put through there. Well, not too lucky there. Lucky down here a bit with the charisma and being picked and power. I don't know how I've won that really. I still think I should lose, but it's probably just because it's not compatible. Probably after the compatible bit, that's what's made the difference there. And yeah, we've gone through to the semis, played John, and same again. I changed my team around. He had the Diva, which was always going to beat me. He had 2 events solo, so I changed my Macho Man Savage and put him into the tag because I could beat both of his tags with both of my tags, and then it gave me a better shot to win in the single match because he does have a solo Rusev shown here. So got through that to the finals. Thought I was playing Superman. Superman bossed it. I think he lost 1 game in the qualifying pretty much. And if you see kind of his team here, you know, he's got a compatible Diva tag, which is going to beat us. I could beat that tag depending what happened. Couldn't beat the Diva. Could beat that solo. And up here he's mixed it around. But if we go into the first game against Autographs, he wins. Obviously Autographs isn't fully living up to Divas, and he's given up with that one because he can't. He obviously realises he can't win. And when it come to the second game, he's mixed it up and he's gone for the win on the solos. And as you can see, event card, and event card. Was quite lucky for him. He got the 3 event cards there. Then he's changed it around again. He's got a compatible tag, event card to beat the Rusev. And yeah, he's gone and won. So the game's went in his favour in the second one. And he did actually say in the finals he didn't actually know he was going to get there. He didn't expect to. See, no clue how he made the final. I felt a bit bad. John Zilla wanted to get to the final, and Superman, you know, who was bossing it, sent me a message, to be fair, saying doesn't need a legendary card, would it help me out? This is when he assumed I was going through to the final when I beat John Zilla in the first game, and he'd beaten Autographs. And obviously I told him no, thank you, and I just want the Survivor. So I didn't really care. So cool, cheers Superman, thanks for that, mate. I know you didn't get there in the end, bit unlucky, but rather you than me, I'm afraid. And John Zilla, sorry mate, I had to give you that legendary card, but we're going to claim reward anyway. The only thing we really want at this moment in time is that diva, get that pro diva. Anything else that makes a pro isn't too bad. The pro diva. Ultimate Warrior. Long hair. Great. Maybe on the weekends he can be a diva. But apart from that, it's a single as well. So, not the best reward, to be honest with you. Don't worry about Dolph Ziggler. I'm not going to complain. It's not the worst card in the game, but don't really have a lot of use for him at the moment. I need to get a few more pros, or definitely a pro diva. So, we've got to get straight back into the King of the Ring. We're going to keep it like this for the moment, and let's just get straight back into it and try and rattle off a few of these King Rings in a row until we get that pro diva to help take us on into the top tiers of the game, or to the very top of the game anyway. So yep, thanks for that, and I'll see you all soon. Okay, and I'm back. So while it was really great to get an Ultimate Warrior, because I actually do like the look of the card, unfortunately that's not really what I want at this stage of the game. I need divas, or at least a pro, at least a pro, because I can do Road to Glory now pretty easily. It would just to get a 1 or 2 pros, even if they're not cards I'm going to use, so I can set up another PCC team. At the moment I've only got, and I can show you here, left my Devon Dudley, so he's the only one that's technically set up at the moment for PCC. So I could do with getting another pro male before the next PCC event, which is obviously going to probably be in a couple of weeks. So that's the aim. If I can't get a diva, get a pro male. Doesn't have to be a top one. I've got a few to choose from, and I can get those 2 people set up and left ready for that PCC. But with that said, let's have a look at Kalisto very quickly. These are his stats. Going to click on him. They're not finished, okay, so bear that in mind. Haven't played any games. I'll just show you he gets a 20 boost on power, toughness, speed, and 19 on charisma. So once he's played all his 30 matches, he'll be at 1350 power, he'll be at 1382 toughness, he'll be at 1402 speed, and he'll be at 1322 charisma. So with that in mind, I'm thinking of just focusing on toughness and speed, whether it be 2 tokens, and 3 tokens and 1, or whether it be 2 from both of them all the way out. I'm not too sure. If I go along to the other event cards, obviously I did Swagger before and made him a bit more balanced and gave him the speed aspect because there wasn't a speed card. So for a while, speed matches were fine. I was winning every speed match pretty much anyway. But with the introduction of Chris Jericho, I knew that I had to do something else with Jericho, because everyone else's Jerichos were going to now beat my Swagger, which is why I then put an extra token into his toughness to put his toughness up, so he can beat The Rock in toughness. And I was hoping, maybe a future event card. Looks like, unfortunately, Kalisto is going to have his numbered there as well. So the theory with Kalisto is, how do you level him up? Well, given my cards, I have to focus on his toughness because I lack the toughness, and I'm going for the speed as well. I mean, the charisma is too low. Unfortunately for Kalisto, if it was 12-19 charisma, then yes, I would have put tokens into his charisma, because it could have brought him up to beat Jericho in all 3 stats. He literally could have been leveled up to beat him in all 3 stats, and he probably would have lost on power still. But the fact that his charisma is so low means he's not going to beat Jericho in charisma. So I have to make sure that he beats Jericho in speed and toughness, and he should naturally just beat him in power, because 2780 for an event card isn't great. So I think Kalisto will still outpower him. We will see. I could be wrong. I can't remember the basic stats on the card for the single Jerichos, but that's what I'm probably going to do. Probably going to focus on that speed. I'm definitely going to bump up that toughness as well, because I don't have an Undertaker card, I don't have a Roman Reigns card, and I sacrificed my toughness with my Jack Swagger for I sacrificed it for speed. So Kalisto probably going to just stick to 2 stats with me. I was inclined to go for that power as well, just to give it a boost, but there's no point. My rock will proc him power. Swagger has a chance to proc in power. They're both over 3,000, so there's no point me putting Kalisto just up to the 3,000 mark in power when he's got no proc in it. I'd be better off to make sure that he can do a lot of damage in that toughness and speed attribute. Now let's bring me on to the next card, okay? I'll give you a clue. All my cards I think now are... I think they're all leveled up. So, by leveled up I mean they may have all played their games, but I have fed them all. So we're going to come into the card that I pulled from the board fairly shortly. In fact, he's the one that isn't. So there you go, it's a he, it's not a she. He's the one that isn't quite fully leveled up, I don't think. Oh, he is. Okay, so yeah. This is my Paul Brett. Go down here, as you can see. That was still the old Bubba Ray we got from the Survivor. Mark Henry was already there before, so this is the new, should we say, addition. Brett, haven't played obviously any games with him, just trained him up. Now he's going to sit there like this for the time being until I get a second one of him. I do have a Pro Bret Hart, so I'd have preferred to have got a pick which was someone I didn't have, even if it wasn't such a good card. So maybe say a Randy Orton, or maybe we can go a bit lower, someone like Cesaro, maybe someone else that, you know, quite liked as a card and didn't already have if it was going to be a single. But they are starting to pile up now. Taking out Razor Ramon because obviously you need him from the pack. If you look here, I've got 5 divas, got 2 males there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 males. So I need to get a King of the Ring now to make a pro for me. And this is where the next stage is going to be. King of the Ring I've been running and been getting it handed to me, okay? That's all that's happening. I'm getting it handed to me. So, what am I going to do about that? Well, I have decided that it's time to change. Yep, change the way we are going to do this. So, okay, and I can't do this at the moment because I don't have any cards to. But what I'm going to do is, I should have actually checked this before, play a couple of games, and I'm going to put a common tag in here. And in fact, bear with me a moment, I'll be right back and I'll show you what's going to happen. Okay, we're back, and this is what I was hoping to do. I'm going to put in a compatible but obviously thrown male tag. I've reduced the diva tag down into Epic Pros now, so the game should register it as being Epic Divas, not Survivor Divas, which I had before. We're going to keep the 3 event cards in here at the moment, a solo, see how it works. Obviously I'll keep Nikki Bella because I hope that in a slightly weaker King of the Ring she can get me the victory, and also she is still available for the compatible tag depending who I'm up against. And up here we have a compatible tag, so I'm hoping this will put me in a weaker King of the Ring and give me a chance to get to another final. Now I don't like doing this, it might not work, but all I do know is leaving my best team out at the moment while I'm lacking those divas is costing me from getting to the final anyway. So I've been MyTyme, thank you very much. As I said, this video was just to show you those couple of picks and the pool, the King of the Ring season reward. That Kalisto card now is finally in my grasps, and finally, but not hopefully, should we say, the least important thing to come to, I am looking for a new team again. So anybody out there who is looking to recruit, please let me know. I'm more than happy now to go and help somebody or help a team, especially somebody who follows my channel, as opposed to worrying about teams that grind, given that PCC is going to be away for a while and it's only going to be team events like either Team Ring Domination or a Team Road to Glory. It's not too hard to get those cards. So yeah, even if you're not necessarily a top tier team or you weren't in the top 50 for the last PCC, as long as you are legendary or above, because obviously the cards I'm going to be bringing now hopefully will be half decent ones, ideally a Survivor tier team, but if not, at least like legendary plus, let me know in the comments. And in the next couple of days, if you've invited me in game, I'll go find you guys in game and apply. Then I look forward to joining a team and trying to help somebody who supports the channel, you know, trying to help you guys to get those top rewards. Anyway, thank you very much again as ever for watching, and I shall see you all soon.